What is going on, everybody? I am back. Another loss. Mariners dropped their fourth loss in a row, and I'd be lying if I said I wasn't starting to get a little bit frustrated here. It's gonna sound like a broken record. It's still early. We're 5 games into the season. It's certainly not. This team was going to lose 4-5 at some point this season, like it was going to happen. Just stinks it's right out of the gate that it's happening for this team. And, I think today was this was like the first really kind of frustrating loss for me. The series against the Guardians, I was able to toss most away. Yesterday was just a close game that they weren't on the right side of. Saturday, Logan Gilbert still pitched really well. It didn't happen. Friday, Robbie Ray was hurt, and it happened, and it was right after the win. Tonight was just kind of like, everything that's frustrating about the Angels when the Mariners play them came to fruition. Mike Trout reaches base 5 times. And it's like, obviously Mike Trout's amazing. Don't even need to be said, but he has made outs before, but I swear he's never made one against the Mariners. They can't get Luis Rengifo ever out to save their lives, and Ohtani goes deep. Jake Lamb, who I think had 2 hits all of last year with his time with the Mariners, 2 for 3 with the walk, so he reached base 3 times. Just kind of frustrating, just getting some of that out there. But that's what in my pregame said. So makes the Angels dangerous. They have Mike Trout, they have Ohtani. Anytime you got guys that good, you're going to be dangerous. Taylor Ward added a home run. Like I said, Lamb, Drury had 3 hits. Rengifo had 2 RBIs early. For the Mariners, it's George Kirby got hit hard. The stuff was obviously there, 5 strikeouts. The fastball velocity was there. The location was even good, but when he got hit, he got hit pretty hard. Not worried about George Kirby. He's not going to have an 8.31 ERA this season. But not a great start from him. Penn Murphy did a nice job. And then the bullpen, Murphy did good, but, Castillo and Festa, and Castillo wiggled around and had a clean inning, but he walked 2. Festa gives up the home run to Ward, who had the double into the gap. Was it Drury? Was that Drury that had that double? Let me see if I can find it. It was, Ward had the double. I don't see who had the, for the Angels. It doesn't even matter. But now I've got it on my mind. I'm curious. I think it was Drury had the RBI double in the 9th inning to make it 7-3. That's one of those things, like, it didn't matter, but I was committed to finding who it was. 6 walks for the Mariners total. That's not good. I know 3 of those were with Mike Trout, but still, you want to do better than that. And the offense, a lot of deep fly balls that off the bat I thought sounded great. Pollock had a couple. Gino hit one. Julio in the 9th. Off the bat, they all sounded pretty good. And they just died on the warning track. I don't know if it's just the weather not getting out yet or, just wasn't hit as hard as I maybe thought they were. That bottom of the order not doing it. The part of the line is supposed to kind of be the lefty mashing part, for lack of a better term, with Pollock, Haggerty, Murphy, Hummel. They struggled. They didn't get anything done today. J.P. Crawford, I thought, had a real nice game, had a real nice defensive play. 2 hits, a walk. Julio, 2 walks. Ty France had an RBI double in the 3rd. Gino had a couple hits, couple RBIs. Mariners had 4 walks. Julio had 2. A.J. Pollock worked a walk, and so did J.P. Again, situational hitting letting the Mariners down in the 3rd and 5th innings. In the 3rd, Julio led off with a walk. Ty France doubled, scored him. Then Ty France somehow stole 3rd base, which was pretty awesome. His first career stolen base, and he steals 3rd. So he's standing at 3rd with nobody out. They don't score him. And like I said this in previous videos, I'm not a big productive out guy. Like, at the end of the year, it's not going to be like, oh, the Mariners they didn't get in if they don't, because they didn't, move enough runners over. The good teams get in, the bad teams don't. But my gosh, would it kill this team to hit a sacrifice fly? Have they scored a run or a runner from 3rd with less than 2 outs this year? I don't think they have. Or they haven't done it with a non-hit. You know what I mean? Like, would it have killed Teoscar Hernandez or Eugenio Suarez to hit a sac fly in that situation? And like I said, I'm normally not that type of not person, but like analyst or whatever you want to call it. Like I'm, a little more sabermetric prone where like the sac fly isn't necessarily great either. It's still an out, but at that point it's like, would it hurt them to do it? So like, just my gosh, you gotta run it. It's just frustrating. Yeah, I'm not worried necessarily. It just takes one win to kind of get it going. But now you do run into a little problem in this series because now Wednesday you've got Shohei Ohtani going against Chris Flexen, which is a game that, even if the Mariners, you consider them much better than the Angels, they'd probably be an underdog in. So that's going to be a tough one now. So now, it's not must win, but you really want to win tomorrow with Luis Castillo on the mound and not put yourself in a tough spot Wednesday and dropping to potentially 1-6. If you've watched my videos before, I've said that I give it until May. And I know I'm beating a dead horse, but new people watching the videos, just so you know, I give it till May. I don't let anything. I try not to look at anything too much until we get a month's worth of data. Every single hitter in this lineup is a 4 for 4 away from having a 1,000 OPS on the year. So it's hard to get on people this early in the season. But I said this countless times. You also don't want to do what the Cincinnati Reds did last April and be 3-21. I certainly don't think that's going to happen to the Mariners. But you do want to win some games here, guys. You're really testing my given a month theory so far here. But yeah, the new guy's not really getting it done. Teoscar Hernandez. Look at this lineup. I mean, and again, we're 5 games in. Teoscar hitting 0.59, Pollock 0, Haggerty 0, Murphy 0, Hummel 0. I mean, you have 2, 3, 4, 5 guys in this lineup hitting under 0.60 right now. And listen, they missed Dylan Moore. This was a game that was made for Dylan Moore against a lefty starter, but unfortunately he's out. But the depth being tested early, and there's been a lot of people critical of the team's offseason. I had a video that said I thought they had a good offseason, and I stand by that. But so far, the critics through 5 games are certainly, being proven right so far. Plenty of time left, but not a great start for some of the new acquisitions. Not worried about Teoscar Hernandez. He'll get hot. Not worried about Tom Murphy. He's got a good track record hitting lefties. But, like Cooper Hummel, Tommy La Stella, even I love Sam Haggerty, super fun player. But like La Stella, Hummel, Haggerty, is that group going to be enough? Like, they missed Dylan Moore. Will the Mariners regret not going out and getting a more established DH? It didn't, you know what I mean? So we'll see. So far, the early returns on the DH position has not been stellar, for lack of a better term. And then, this team is built around its starting pitching, and when the starting pitching is giving up 4 runs and 4 1/3, it's going to struggle. This team was built to win how they won on Thursday night. The opener with Luis Castillo, the Ty France home run. I'd like to see a little more offense, think they can, but that's how they're built to win. And they haven't gotten the great starting pitching quite yet. Again, we're only 1 turn through the rotation, but Castillo and Gilbert were the only 2 that really pitched well. I was okay with Marco yesterday because he's kind of the number 5 guy, but George Kirby's got to be better, and he will be. Robbie Ray needs to get back, and hopefully he will. And then Luis Castillo needs to be the ace, and they need him tomorrow. It's, when you have an ace, he's talking about Felix Hernandez. He was the stopper. You knew going into a start they were going to have a great chance to win that game. Now, there were some bad Mariners teams Felix was on, but you kind of knew going in, okay, team's on a losing streak. Felix can turn it around. He's the guy you lean on to get those things turn around. Luis Castillo is going to be the guy they need to lean on tomorrow to get the W. So, it's just been a tough start. 4 losses in a row. It's been I'd like to start talking about wins. I will say, I think as far as my channel goes, it's easier to talk about losing in a sick, twisted way It's easier to vent about it than, keep talking about winning. So from that standpoint, like, gives us all a chance to come together and vent a little bit. But yeah, but, we'll see. Like I said, I mean, the lineup's going to get going. Teoscar Hernandez is going to hit. Some of these balls start getting out of the park. They hit the ball pretty hard tonight, in fairness. Haggerty hit 108 off the bat in the eighth. Pollock hit one in the eighth, too, that, got to the track. Julio crushed one pretty good in the ninth. Those balls will find holes. You keep hitting the ball hard, it will find spots. But I think you also see why the Angels can still be a dangerous team. They've made some nice additions to that bullpen. Esteves looked good. Matt Moore was a sneaky good signing by the Angels. Reed Detmers is going to be really good. He was a little off. Some of his fastball command looked a little off, but overall the stuff was clearly still there. Hurrican's decent. Quijada gave up some hard hit balls, but got it done. And Tepera's still decent. Now he's not being asked to be like the ninth inning guy. So this is a decent Angels team. They're going to be in the race, in my opinion. I think they're going to be around. So we'll get back at it tomorrow. It'll be I think it's is it Suarez? It's Suarez, right? Yep, Jose Suarez will go against making his season debut against Luis Castillo tomorrow. So hopefully the Mariners can bounce back and get a win. We need a W, so let's hopefully get it done tomorrow. Let me know what you guys thought of the games down in the comments down below. Drop a like, hit that sub button, hit the notifications for more Mariners post games. Done a post game video for every game so far this season. So let's get a win. I'll talk to you guys later. Take care and go M's. Peace.